And now an all-out offensive has been launched by paramilitary forces after 20 army men were massacred in Chandel district of Manipur today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi condemned the attack, calling it mindless and very distressing. According to sources, a mixed group of militants are suspected to be behind the attack. A high-level meeting was convened, including the Defence Minister in Delhi.
20 army men were killed and 16 others were injured when militants ambushed their convoy in Manipur's Chandel district on Thursday morning. The convoy of 6th Dogra Regiment was on its way to Imphal when it was attacked by unidentified group of terrorists who triggered a powerful IED blast. The insurgents also resorted to heavy firing with RPGs and automatic weapons. Prime Minister Narendra Modi condemned the attack as mindless and very distressing.
इस ट्रेजेडी को हम लोग बहुत गंभीर से लिया है क्योंकि हमारे इतने 20 जवानों की जानें चले गए हैं। हम लोग उम्मीद करते थे कि शांति बहाल होगा, लेकिन कुछ लोग शांति नहीं लाना चाहता है, तो इस तरह का घटना हो रहा है। मैं सबसे पहले तो अपने जितने बहादुर सिपाही जितने भी मारे गए हैं, सब उनके प्रति और उनके परिवार सबको श्रद्धांजलि में देना चाहता हूँ।
Leaders cutting across party lines condemned the attack. Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi also offered his condolences to the families of the martyrs. Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar also condemned the attack and assured action against those responsible. He, along with Army Chief Dalbir Singh Suhag and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, met with Home Minister Rajnath Singh to discuss the matter.
Casualness दिखाई होगी, नहीं तो जो हमारे स्टैंडिंग ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर्स हैं और जिस माफिक फौज कार्रवाई करती है, इतनी बड़ी तादाद में हताहत लोग होना नामुमकिन है। तो इट इज स्ट्रेंज, क्योंकि जानते हैं हम कि वो इलाके जटिल हैं, वो इलाकों में इस माफिक की कार्रवाई हो सकती है, उसके बावजूद वो सक्सेस हासिल करें इज समथिंग दैट इज एस्टोनिशिंग।
An all-out offensive has been launched to trace the militants involved in the massacre. The Indo-Myanmar border in Manipur has been closed. The government has also directed all installations of the security forces in Manipur and Nagaland to be put on high alert. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
For more on this, let's speak to Prakash Singh, who is the former DGP of Assam, joining us now from the capital. So this is the third attack of such nature that we are seeing in the past 3 months, this of course being the worst of its kind. Give us a sense really of, the kind of RGPs used, the kind of machinery, the artillery that was used. What do you suspect, which kind of groups perhaps could be responsible for this attack? Can you hear me, sir? Or I will try and establish that link again. Meanwhile, we are giving you these visuals that the news agency ANI has just released of the attack that took place at 8:30 this morning in Chandel district in Manipur. This is the southernmost district of the northeastern state, which of course borders Myanmar. There are of course a lot of, at this point, there's suspicion that perhaps a newly formed group, which of course met in Myanmar, a newly formed group of various northeast militant groups may be responsible for this particular attack. 20 army men were killed in this brazen attack and about 11 injured grievously. We are yet to of course get information on how were the nature of those attacks and who exactly is responsible. The Home Ministry yet to give a clarification on that. But if we can establish our link again with Prakash Singh, former DGP of Assam. Sir, if you can hear me, give us a sense really of what you feel as far as the RGPs use, as far as the artillery use, what kind of groups could be responsible?
You see, it is difficult to say which group was responsible. People are making their guess. Somebody says the Kaplan group is responsible, somebody says the PLA is responsible, somebody says NSA and IM is responsible. I think we should wait for the investigations to set in and let them identify which particular group was responsible. But that is not so important. The important thing is, why have things come to such a pass that such a major incident happens? You see, we have to look at the problems of Manipur in totality, in the context of the overall situation in the northeast as a whole. And I mean, whatever statistics I'm aware of, in 2014, there was an 80% increase in the number of violent incidents in the northeast as a whole. Not that there was a very substantial increase in Manipur. Manipur, the level of violence was about the same. But overall, the northeast, the situation is something to worry about. Now, coming to Manipur in particular, there are a number of serious problems. The most serious problem there is of governance. Governance is very, very poor in Manipur. In fact, some years back, the media had started writing that Manipur is a failed state. Well, Manipur is now back on rails, and the state can't be called a failed state, but the fact remains that there are very serious issues of governance. Secondly, well, repeatedly we hear of the politicians' nexus with the terrorist groups. Yes. I mean, they are running with the hare and hunting with the hound. Some years back, there were credible allegations that the Chief Minister himself had passed a very handsome amount of money, about 15 million rupees, to the terrorist groups. So, I mean, this nexus between the politicians and the terrorist group, this is another serious problem. Then I would say, I think time has come when government should give serious thought to how the Myanmar border is to be guarded.
Yes.
You said the Myanmar border is just unguarded. I mean, the Assam Rifles is responsible for patrolling or guarding the Myanmar border. It's mind you, Assam Rifles is an excellent force, but their ethos and their work culture is altogether different. They don't patrol the borders. They stay away from the border where they establish their camps, and then the force is most of the time doing counter-insurgency work, and in the process, incidentally, border gets whatever security they are able to extend. What you need is this border. You see, with Bangladesh, we had very serious problems until a few years back, but now that those problems have substantially eased, thanks to the cooperation we have been getting from the Bangladesh government. Bangladesh government forced a number of people to surrender to the Indian army. They forced they arrested certain people and handed them over to the Indian authorities. Now, so that problem has eased, but Myanmar, but now that this the terrorist groups are not getting sanctuaries in Bangladesh, they seem to have shifted to across Myanmar.
Yes,
so
the newly floated group, in fact, we did get reports that they did meet in Myanmar. Very quickly also, sir, if you could give us we have to talk about this, the AFSPA debate in Tripura. After they removed it from Tripura, there was perhaps a little bit of hope that perhaps in the other northeastern states this perhaps could be a move. But after this attack particularly, quite a setback to the AFSPA,
I can't hear you.
Those against
There's a problem with that. I can't hear you.
All right.
There's no audio, I'm sorry.
All right, Mr. Prakash Singh, thank you so much for joining us, giving us your perspective really as somebody who has, of course, worked in Assam and also the northeast states, giving us an idea really of what are the problems that are, facing the people of Manipur at this point of time. One, of course, being of the lack of governance, and of course the importance of perhaps these insurgent groups, the importance that are given not just by the locals but the government there as well. These, of course, are visuals of the attack that took place this morning. News agency ANI there giving us these visuals. This is the attack that took place where 20 army men were killed, 11 injured.